Welcome to Practical Talk Time. I'm your host, Usha, Kumar. During this holiday season, while we are going to be enjoying so much good food, what will be least on our mind is fitness. However, I think we should be reminded of fitness and learn how to create a program for ourselves so that we can eat all we want and still stay fit. Joining me today to show us something about an unusual martial arts form. It's called Subakdo Mudakwan. And to show that, we have here Frank Tsai. He's the owner and teacher of Handol Martial Arts School in Danbury, Connecticut. Please join me in welcoming Frank Tsai. Frank, welcome to this show.
Thank you. How are you?
Good. You are not a stranger. You were here on our show before, some time back.
Yes, I remember. It was fun. We did some demonstrations of self-defense, yes.
Yes, and it'll be wonderful to talk to you about your school and the new programs that you've been having and the wonderful 69th anniversary celebrations of the martial arts form.
Yes, definitely.
Just as an introduction about yourself for our audience, I'd like to find out your background.
Yeah, so my name is Frank Tsai. By blood, I'm Chinese, but my martial art is Korean. Fortunately, when I was 11 years old in Columbus, Ohio, I started martial arts training because of my friend. He started training, and we were sparring one day, and he actually kicked me in the face, and so I wanted to train. And so I found a school close to my home, and it was called Cho's Karate in Columbus, Ohio. So I started training, and it was the Tangsudo Mudukwan, which now called the Subakdo Mudukwan.
You were born right here, right, in the Northeast?
Yes, I was born in Boston, Massachusetts. So I'm American by nationality.
Okay.
Yes.
And you also have done advanced studies. You have a degree in computer engineering from Johns Hopkins University.
Yes. So after Ohio, I went to Maryland to study for college. I went to Johns Hopkins, and I got my bachelor's in computer engineering, and then I got my master's in information systems.
Well, that's wonderful. Is that what you do for your living?
Yes, that's how I pay the bills. I have a full-time job. I'm actually a technical consultant for an e-signature company called DocuSign.
I see. And still you're following your passion of fitness in this martial arts form.
Yeah, Subakdo Mudakwan is my passion. That is what I live to do, to teach. So my goal is to help the future generation to teach what was given to me.
So I think this disproves the myth that people who are into academics are really not into fitness. But now
yes,
you're showing that people can get into fitness even if they are into subjects like computer science.
Well, that's the whole philosophy of the balance. You need that balance in Korean called yang. You have the positive and the negative. So you have computer science, and then you have martial arts. So very different, but that's what I balance.
Very different, but that's, I think, a good relaxation for you.
Oh, definitely.
After a whole day of sitting with your computer.
Exactly. Sitting all day, typing on a keyboard, programming, definitely get some relaxation.
I think this will motivate other computer professionals to start getting into this art form.
Oh,
At least do it as a hobby or as a fitness regime.
At least a hobby, if not anything, one day a week at a minimum.
Can you tell us how this particular martial arts form originated?
Yeah, so Subakdo Mudakwan was created after the Japanese occupation in Korea. It was founded by Grandmaster Hwang Ki in 1945. So last Sunday was actually the 69th anniversary of our style of Subakdo Mudakwan. And
so how did you celebrate it?
So last Sunday, we had a youth seminar, youth leadership seminar. So we have a focus on our future generation, which is our youth. So last Sunday, we went to Central Park. We had a hardcore old school training to celebrate the old days. And then we have volunteer service to clean up Central Park. So all the youth, we gathered to Central Park and helped clean up, pick up trash.
Oh, so all the young people that came there, you put them to good use.
Oh, yes, definitely.
How is this martial arts form different from other known ones like a taekwondo or...
So taekwondo is a very good example because that's a Korean martial art as well.
Yes.
Taekwondo was formed after Murukwan. Murukwan was one of the five original schools in Korea after the Japanese occupation. 1960s, later on, they tried to unite those five schools, and that's what Taekwondo is formed today. But we did not join Taekwondo, so we remained traditional, loyal to our original art.
So like Taekwondo, you use your legs a lot in this?
Yes, we do.
Compared to karate, where you use your hands more for certain things,
well,
right?
you know, in karate, they use their legs as well, but the main difference is Japanese karate styles, they don't kick above the waist.
Oh.
The Korean style, there's a lot more high kicking, more dynamic jumping kicking. It's a little more difference.
But isn't that something that will make a person unstable? I mean, if they're trying to...
It's only unstable if you don't practice. So I can give you a demonstration of the flexibility and kicking high, yet you still be stable. So would you like me to show you?
You want to show? What all are you going to show?
I can show you how to practice flexibility and balance. Okay, so it will just be flexibility and balance.
Flexibility and balance, and what are they called? Do you have any names for your moves?
Well, it's just a side kick, roundhouse kick, where you're kicking it slowly, not dynamically fast, to work on your balance and flexibility and strength.
While you demonstrate this, I would also like to ask a few things. You talked about getting all the youth together in New York.
Yes.
For a training session there.
Yes. Would you like to see? I
brought youth leadership training.
Yes.
I think later on in the show we will show our audience some clips and photos. But right now I'm curious to know if you have any moves for older people. That are afraid of breaking their bones or whatever, and feeling that we kind of got left out in this process of learning. We never learned this form.
So in Subak Murukwan, you have a soft side and you have a hard side. The hard side comes from a lot of the Japanese roots from the original Japanese occupation. They try to eliminate Korean culture. They try to make everyone learn Japanese karate. So that's a lot of the hard style. And then the soft style is more of the Chinese influence. So our form has a lot of the soft style and breathing exercise. So when you do practice, you can practice both ways.
Is it like the Tai Chi, slow moving and breathing?
Yes, it is very similar to Tai Chi. It's very focused on the breath. There's different ways to practice. You can do a side kick really nice and soft for the physical benefits, for stretching. And you can also have a side kick for self-defense, hard to actually save yourself, in a situation. So just different ways you can practice.
Okay, so you'll be showing us three different things. One is just the initial demonstration for the young people.
Yes.
The side kicks and the round kicks and those. And then something for older folks.
I wouldn't say older folks, but...
Well, for the real old folks like me.
Yes, right.
And then something for self-defense.
Okay, sure.
Okay?
Yes, definitely.
All right, you have to unhook your mic before you can get up. So Frank Tsai is going to show us a demonstration of all of the forms that we just described. And are you ready, Tsai?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. Hold on just a second. Your camera is okay. Camera isn't ready. Or
the
it's
first thing we'd like to demonstrate is something more for the youth. Okay? More for youth. This can be more flexible, more dynamic. It's for when they stretch. Okay, it's going to be much more loud, more dynamic when they're kicking.
Okay.
So the front straight up kick.
That was a straight up kick.
Front straight up kick is more kicking dynamic. Side kick.
Now this is a side kick.
Okay. Side kick. There's also other jumping kicks.
There are other jumping kicks there.
Yeah, some jumping kicks, especially for the youth, like jump spinning kicks.
That's for the youth. Jump and spin. Oh, that's for very young people and very agile people.
Yeah, especially we have sweeps.
And that's a sweep that goes really low.
So in case these techniques would be more for the more young youth people who can move, who has flexibility.
That's for the very young people, just to improve their flexibility.
And so for the other side of things, you also have breathing exercise.
Oh, so there are also breathing exercises, which Frank Tsai is demonstrating now. So that looks like a deep breathe in and breathe out, basically.
Okay, these are the first series of exercise for breathing exercise.
Okay, so that's the first series of breathing exercise.
Okay, so these type of exercise anyone can do, any age, any.
Oh, I see.
So.
Those are just the breathing ones where you still move your arms, but you're not using the legs. Do you have anything
so
for the older folks?
So for the legs,
yeah.
If you were to kick as well, you wouldn't be as hard coming back. You'd be more slow.
So this is for those who don't have to kick very high or very hard.
So you would still just be in slow motion.
So we can do the same thing, but in slow motion.
Yes.
And
you don't have to go as high, but you still work on the muscles.
So you don't have to go as high, but still, and also you have to do it in slow motion. Will that help balance?
It'll definitely
help with balance.
Definitely help balance. Help balance. Okay, you don't have to kick so high. Different motions, stepping. Okay, also helps balance. Even standing on one foot.
So different motions of stepping also helps balance.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So all ages need a balance, but people who can't snap because their bones are more delicate.
Yeah, so all ages can do this exercise too, right?
Yes, definitely.
And more for those people who have to be afraid that their bones will snap.
Right.
So this way you are strengthening your muscles.
Yeah, strengthening your muscles, and then you just got to be aware of the joints.
So and also be aware of the joints, so we don't hurt our joints. Okay.
Correct. Exactly.
Oh, that's interesting. So the one that I asked about self-defense.
Yes, for self-defense.
For everyone.
So I would need I don't have a partner with me today, so I can demonstrate that you on me.
Oh, okay. So. But if I get up, we won't have a mic on.
Okay, so
just as you do not have a mic on right now.
So it's okay. I can just demonstrate from when you're sitting down.
Yeah.
Like this. Okay, so I'll just put this back on. Okay, so all I'm going to demonstrate is you're going to escape from a wrist grab. So if someone comes in the street,
I'm just sitting there, and somebody comes and grabs.
And somebody comes and grabs. They grab your wrist. Okay, so now the key
I
for the
like
wrist.
That.
Okay, so you try to get out. Get out. Okay, you can't. Go ahead. Okay, so if
I'm supposed to do something. You taught us last time. I never learned.
So the weak point is my thumb.
Yeah.
The thumb is my weak point. You have to open your hand.
Yeah.
When you open the hand, it opens your wrist. Okay.
Okay.
It makes my grip weaker. Your thumbs come up, and you have to come across the weak point this way.
Okay, and then go this way.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So if I were to
Let's
grab
do that
you,
one more time.
You will open your hand.
Yeah, I open my hand.
Fingers come up.
Lift my thumb, and then go that way. And that's an easy way to get away from someone's grasp.
And that's the simplest form of self-defense is to get away.
Okay.
By doing something else, by putting them in another lock, punching them in the face, that just will make things escalate. The best thing to do is
run away.
Get out. Run away
Get out
sometimes
and
the best
move away.
way. Yes, the best way. Exactly.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you very much for the demonstration.
Sure.
That was, because no matter how someone can describe, one can never understand unless they see it.
Right.
Actually, if you see the movement, then we know exactly what you're talking about.
That's right. That's true. It's always best to have a good instructor to teach you the proper way to do the form. Yes.
And you have the school in Danbury.
Yes, we've been there since.
How long have you been doing this?
We've been there since 2007. It was by chance that I moved up to Danbury, Connecticut. Originally, I was teaching at Johns Hopkins University at a club. I started a club teaching martial arts there. And then I had an opportunity to move to Connecticut to open a school with Master Tsai, he is now teaching at the headquarters in Korea.
Oh, I see.
So I inherited the school, and now since 2007, I have a big family, and they are part of my family. So we'll have a nice holiday party this year.
Oh, that's wonderful. I would like to ask you a little bit more about your New York program and what exactly you did at that time.
Yes.
And we can also bring up some video.
Yes.
Information.
So every Sunday, I continue to go to New York City. I drive about an hour and a half to New York City to teach. I have a couple students in New York City. I haven't started teaching.
During the week?
I'm on Sundays, on the weekends.
Oh, Sunday, the weekend.
So I teach 7 days a week.
Oh,
so
I see.
6 days a week, I'm in Danbury. The 7th day, I teach in New York City.
I see.
And then the last Sunday, we had a special event celebrating the 69th anniversary of Subakdo Mudokwan. We had that youth training that we mentioned about, and I brought a clip today that we could show, part of the training that we did.
Mm-hmm.
We did basically form number 1. The Grandmaster
Can
created.
we get the video clip?
준비!
Okay. Can you explain what happened at the time?
So this is a very...
기초형 어부! 시선! 시작!
to help the beginner students, all students, to begin training. The form is very simple. Only consists of a low block and middle punch. And there's 22 motions altogether. That was a very nice day. This past Sunday, we were lucky. It wasn't too cold.
The weather, yes, the weather was great, wasn't it?
So you can see this is a lot more of a hard style.
Well, our viewers will be watching this sometime in December, so you'll have to say when it was.
Okay,
when
yes.
was this on November?
Yeah, this was November 9th.
Okay.
Okay, November 9th, that's the anniversary, yes. So that was form number 1, basic form number 1. You know, that was the beginning form. So you can say our style, you learn hard style first, and then you become softer as you progress.
What if someone didn't start learning this when they were really young, but now they are in their 30s and professionals sitting like you
Yes.
in front of the computer all day? So what kind of a program would you recommend for them where they are not at all fit? how
So
would you-
I don't think their fitness really matters because the training, martial arts training, is for each individual person, no matter where or when they are.
I see.
And the point is to get better at where you are now. Okay, so whatever focus you are now, you can become more focused. Whatever fitness you are now, you become more fit. Whatever flexibility you are now, you become more flexible.
I
So
see.
there's not a requirement.
Okay, so you don't have to go through a certain gym period before doing this. You can just come straight here and then start training.
Yes, definitely. So it's for everybody and anybody.
Yeah, I mean, that's good to know. In New York itself, how was the welcoming? Did you have people from all over the nation coming there? Or
Yes, from New York, we had some good representation. We mostly in the local area
I
in New
see.
York and in Connecticut.
Okay.
So we had one of our studios from Ellenville, Mudokwan, Steinhauer Sabonem's studio. They came to visit. He brought some of his students, so they were there representing very well.
And if they want to know a little bit more about this, where can they read up about this?
Yeah, so we are an international organization. They can go to subakdo.com, so SOOBAHKDO.com, and they can find out more about Subakdo, or they can find out about our school in Danbury, Handol Martial Arts, HANDOL. And
You have a website where they can read up information.
yes, and it's just handol.org, HANDOL.org. So, we focus on a lot of nonprofits as well, which is also another topic. I sit on the
Yeah.
board of a nonprofit for the US Subakdo
Which
Mudokwan
we are
Foundation.
you're going to come back, so we
Yes.
discuss
And
that
we can
for
talk
another
about that
show.
the next
right?
time. Yes.
This martial arts form itself, is it violent?
It can be. I mean, you can see martial arts. Sometimes they have tournaments. A lot of those times, it's either win or lose. It's a game. It becomes a sport.
I see.
And then most times, outside tournaments, it's life or death. It's more reality.
Oh.
So of course it can be violent because you're trying to save your life. Someone's trying to take your life. You're trying to save a life. So it can be violent. Yes. Okay.
Oh, I mean, I can see the fitness aspect of it with the flexibility training, with the strength training,
Yes.
with breathing. However, I'm a little bit not sure how it'll work out with this day and age when people have guns all over the place.
Well,
So-
that's why the best thing to do if they get mugged on the street is to give them your wallet. It doesn't matter how much training you have or how much you know, it's not worth it because they teach you gun training, gun defense, but if they just pull the trigger and they just want to hurt you anyway, there's not much you can do at that point.
So one has to be sensible about it.
Right, and
You're fit, but still don't be stupid.
you have to be aware. And how do you get in that situation? Don't put yourself in that situation in the first place. That's the best advice you can give to anybody.
That's interesting with this.
Yes.
I'm always wondering, whether all of these kinds of martial arts, they are just becoming something of academic interest or just fitness interest.
Right.
And it's not really used for fighting.
Well, in my opinion, what differentiates our style from the others, some other styles are more for sport, more for fitness.
Yeah.
Some are more towards for winning, for competition. Our particular style is more focused on our own selves, our minds, improving ourselves. It's the discipline. Without discipline, you don't have anything else. You can't do anything else. So the discipline, the respect, that's what we teach in the traditional martial art. That is what is important, especially to our younger generation.
So discipline in terms of what things?
Discipline as far as focus, concentration, listening to your parents. So that's what's most important for the young kids these days. And, so I see all these kids who, you see these sucker punch people who thinks it's a game, so they obviously wasn't raised very correctly. So it's all about education. So I'm hoping to be able to help either like DCF, FCA, those particular organizations, in the Bronx, trying to teach Subak to volunteer. We through the foundation, which we'll talk about next week, and how we help in these aspects. And that's because our future is our youth. That's what I want to focus on.
So you'll teach discipline and respect. How do they know whom to respect and what to respect?
Well, when they come to your studio, obviously they know to respect the teacher, the instructor.
Okay.
But outside the street, it's very tough for them to respect anybody. But if you can get them in the door, maybe they're only focused on fighting. Maybe they like to fight. So they come in for fighting, but then you can change their mind after they're in the door. Then you can mold your generation, the youth generation.
So will that help them to respect just another individual?
Definitely through training. Because that's to hook them in. Okay? Like some of the youth that just wants to learn how to fight. Okay? Maybe they don't understand the respect. But if they come in, and then once they see, and then they'll respect. Okay, once you start teaching, they'll respect, and then you can teach them that.
How does this martial arts form help people that want to be in sports?
Well, and definitely for sports. I mean, for sports, they need to be very physically fit, very active. So there's different ways for different sports. For example, in gymnastics, you need flexibility and balance. Martial arts gives you flexibility and balance. For instance, in track and field, either high jump, long jump. It takes a lot of jumping, especially in Korean martial arts. Focus a lot of jumping. And of course, in all sports, you need that mental discipline. Okay, that mental discipline is for any sport, even chess. Right, that can also be helping.
Will people get hurt if they try to join this and learn and they're not good at it?
As I have many students.
I mean, will they hurt their bodies in some way?
Well, I would
tear something.
I would say that it's up to the instructor to make sure your student doesn't get hurt when they're training. But I have many students in the past. Sometimes that's not always true because only you know yourself. Only you know your own body, and you have to take care of yourself, not to overexert, overextend, or you will hurt yourself.
So you teach them safe ways to learn these moves without hurting themselves.
You try not to put them in a situation where they would hurt themselves. For example, you have a younger student and then an older student. When you're exercising, you have to make the recommendation to them for an alternative.
I don't know if we have time to show any of the. No more. Okay, we'll show it in the second show.
Okay.
Because we don't have. In the last few minutes, we cannot put in any graphics.
Sure.
And we got talking so much about the program, we forgot about the photos. But it's good we can show the photographs in the show when we are doing about your next year and your.
About the foundation, right? How it helped the youth, yes.
Can you tell any incident that happened this year? Any fun incident that happened in your studio?
Well, at our studio, I was going to mention that next year is the 70th anniversary of Murukwan. So in Korea, Before the 60th anniversary, when someone turned 60, that was a very big deal in Korean culture.
I see.
Because the life expectancy was shorter, so 60 was a big deal, it was a big celebration. But now life expectancy is longer. Now 70 is the year, so 70th is the big deal. So next year, 2015, is the Mudokwan's 70th anniversary. So we're trying to push all our students, all our members to go to Korea to celebrate. The only hard thing is it's during the school year. So we have to make sure the kids study and get their homework
So
done
that comes
ahead of
in
time.
November.
It's in October, November, right?
October, November
Because November
period.
9th is the anniversary, yes.
Okay.
Right.
Do you have other helpers with you? I mean, are there other trained persons like yourself? You are a what, 5th degree master?
Right. So I'm
In
currently a
this-
5th degree master in Subakdo Mudokwan, yes.
And what does that mean, 5th degree?
So degree is once you become a black belt, what they call a black belt, they have that first degree black belt. And then we don't use black, but we use midnight blue. The reason for that is because we don't believe in 100% black, because that's perfection. We say just off black, so it's no one's perfect.
Okay.
So we have midnight blue. So that's first degree. And then after each year, you test 2nd degree, 3rd degree, and right now I'm at 5th degree.
Do you have other colors?
Once you become a master, which is 4th
What
degree.
is the second one, second level?
The second degree?
Yeah.
Second degree in our style is represented by 2 stripes on the belt.
Oh, okay.
Third
On the
degree,
midnight blue.
Right.
Okay,
And
and
third
then the
degree
third?
is 3 stripes.
Okay.
But then 4th degree becomes the red in the center.
I see.
And what that represents is if you see in the Korean flag, the Young, the red and the blue. So this is red, the active,
Okay.
the blue, the passive.
Okay.
And there's a philosophy called Nekangwayu where it's hard on the inside, soft on the outside.
I see.
So your personality can be very soft, but your inside is very strong.
I see.
But you don't show it because when you see someone in the street, you never show your truth.
The aggressive nature.
Right, you
or
show
side.
the passive side.
Okay.
When you have to use it, you have it within you. So that's the philosophy.
Well, thank you very much, Frank. That was a wonderful demonstration and explanation of this art form.
Well, thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed the show. If you have any questions or comments, please write to practicaltalktime@yahoo.com. Next week, we are going to have another show with Frank Tsai, explaining about some more soft and hard aspects of this martial arts, and also their 70th anniversary celebrations. Until next time, goodbye.